Hello again to the Ultimate Racing League, sponsored by upshiftstore.co.uk and digitalmotorsports.com. So this is it, race 2 from round 1 of the Mazda Roadster Touring Car Cup from Kyoto Driving Park. Let's get to the grid then, so the reverse grid from race 1. So in pole position we've got Vexman, we've got Ice Chand in second, Stealth in third, Molson fourth, Prime Machine in fifth, Jerry in sixth, Thomas in seventh, TCC in eighth, and Paul in ninth. We've got a few with the starting with the mediums here, a bit of a mix between mediums and super softs for race 2. 30-minute race, as you know by now. We've got a pit stop in there as well. So let's get to it and see what happens. So revs are up then, lights are on. Should be off any second. And away we go. As they head up for turn 1 then, Vex takes them away. As hopefully Vexman and Chand will have their cars fixed now for this race 2. Both had issues in race 1, but Molson having a look though up the inside of Vexman already. No, stays there in third, does Molson. So Vex in second, Chand pulling away in first a little bit. So there's this gaggle of cars here, so Molson third, Jerry fourth, Stealth fifth, Prime Machine in sixth. All goes and runs a bit wide to Stealth, so he's going to lose a couple of spots there. So yes, he does. Actually loses 3, does he? So TCC gets through as well. No, not quite. Oh, a little nudge there, a little door to door, but racing incident, I think. So Stealth drops down to 9th. TCC in 8th, Paul up to 7th. Back up top then. Vexman in second. Still holding off Molson in third. Molson up the inside though. Great little move from Molson. Is he going to be the outside though here, is he? No, he does get there because it's the S is there, got in the inside and he's got there. And Vexman goes wide a little bit out on the grass and he's going to lose him a couple of other spots there. And Jerry up the inside too. Prime, does he get there too? I think he does, you know. No. So Vexman down to 5th then. So got a little bit bullied there in that lap, to be fair. Does Vexman got himself on the grass there and quite a few of the cars went past him, but looks like he's got a little bit more pace this time though around, so hopefully he's fixed that issue we had in race 1. So Prime then in 6th, having a look now at the inside. He does get there, great little crisscross there from Prime, but I think Vexman might have him still. He's on the inside, Vex, he did. Yeah. Oh, and now Paul's right up the back of Prime Machine, so Paul's up in the 7th having a look. Does he get past him? Think he might, he do. No, he did have a look. There might have been a little tap there, but sticks behind him in 7th, so Vexman then, still in 5th. Thomas, oh, and a little switch there from Thomas there as he goes through the chicane with Jerry in 4th. Vexman having a look, I think Jerry might have just lost it a little bit there, so Vexman up to 4th now then, so Vexman looking good. Meanwhile up top we've got Chand pulling away. So Chand definitely having a better race this time round. Looks like he fancies it for race 2. Clearly whatever issue we had 2 in race 1 has been cleared and looks like he's got back to normal. So Molson though chasing him down in 2nd. So Molson looking good too. We've got Thomas 3rd, Jerry 4th, Prime in 5th, Paul in 6th. So Molson really having a look to see if he can get back on the back of Chand here. Thomas not too far off either. There you are, there's your top 3. There's a small gap back then to Jerry. He's being hunted down by Prime now, so Prime Machine. He fancies it too, so Prime Machine really on the back of Jerry. What can he do down here at the hairpin? Is he close enough? He's going to be a bit of a lunge if he gets it there. No, runs a little bit wide as Jerry, sort of follows him out there a bit as Prime. TCC though, having a battle with Paul side by side here for 6th and 7th. No, TCC keeps it there though. Paul, does he? No, and he actually lost the place to Vex as well, so Vex gets through. So Paul back to 8th then, Vex up to 6th. So as I say, there's a mixture of tyres here in this race, which is a lot of swapping and changing of positions, which is why. So back to Thomas in 3rd, who's chasing down Molson in 2nd. Oh, he's got right on the back of Chand now, so let's stick with this battle at the top here between these 3, the top 3. Chan staying out there in front, but he's being closely followed now by Molson and Thomas. There's the gap back then to Jerry and Prime. So these two pulling away now. These might well be all on super softs, which is why they're pulling away like they are. They all look like they've got the same pace there. They look like they've all got the same tyres as well. Thomas gets up the inside of Molson, does he? Does he get there? No, he did have a look, but no, drops back behind him. So there's your top three. And you've got this little gaggle of cars, Prime in fourth with Jerry fifth. Paul in sixth. TCC following him in seventh. Stealth in eighth. And Vexman's in the pits already. So maybe Vexman's mistake, his issues haven't gone away, and maybe he's still got them. So perhaps they didn't fix those problems, and he's at the back anyway, and that's unfortunate for Vexman, as he has another disastrous race here. So back up top, Thomas really getting through. Thomas actually has got through now. Or no, he was through, wasn't he? He was in second anyway, wasn't he, I believe? No, he wasn't. Molson was there. So Thomas has got through a Molson. Whether that was a mistake by Molson, looks like it, because he's dropped back a bit. But now he's really on Chand, is Thomas. I fancy Thomas is going to get him down here. Chand won't give up, of course, but now, can Thomas get him down here on the brakes? No, he's not alongside him, so he's not going to get him there. Great race up top here, though, for the top three. What a race this is. What a great little battle. So Chan then, still holding off Thomas for the time being. But I don't think it's going to be long before he gets him. All runs a bit wide, does he? Leaves the door open for Thomas. Think he's going to get there. Thomas, he does. Nice move from Thomas. Chan give it to him a little bit by running wide, but the gap was there, opened up. Thomas thought, yep, I'll have it. Guy through, and Thomas then into the lead, he goes. So Thomas pulling away now. Looks like he's got a bit of pace here in race two. So Thomas, then Chan, Molson third still, Prime then in fourth. Paul's up to fifth now, so Paul's got himself up to fifth, follow through with TCC in sixth. Jerry dropped back down to seventh, so Jerry just going back a little bit. I think Prime's got a small penalty, he has. Half a second penalty, which he'll have to get rid of, but he's got a lap to do it, because he got it late on there. Yeah, he's running it off here at turn one, and there it goes. That's the end of that, so that's cleared. We've slowed him down a little bit, so Paul's going to be seeing that and getting him closer to Prime. I think these three cars are all on mediums. Oh, Jerry having a look up the inside of TCC. Did he get there? No. It's a classic passing place, that, on the hairpin. If you can get yourself down to the inside. You've got it made. It's done. So Stealth back in eighth. Vexman, as we know, he's still in the pit, so is he even going to come out for the rest of this race? Maybe he's got a major issue. Perhaps his issue is more than what we think it was to start with. Who knows? But he seems to be out this race. So Thomas, look at that gap he's pulled away already from Chan. So Thomas really does fancy this race too, because he's already pulling out a good, well, I would say that was easily half a second there. Gap. Chan then second, Molson sticking with him in third. Then that gap back to Prime in fourth. And then this little three-car battle, Paul still in fifth. Jerry having to look up the inside of TCC. Does he have another go? Does he get there? Don't think he does. Still neck and neck, side by side. No, TCC had the inside there, so remains in sixth. I'm going to stick with this little battle for now, because there's three cars going through fifth, sixth and seventh here. And I think all the time they're kind of gaining on the back of Prime as well, so Prime could be in the mix for this little battle too soon. But Jerry having a look at TCC now, is right up the back now. Can he get there? Dives out to the inside, Jerry. Does he get there? No. TCC runs a little bit wide. We might have got there, Jerry, actually. Does he get there? He does get there. So he's into the 6th. Does he stick it there? Does he keep it there? I don't think he has. This is almost identical again. Gives yourself out to the outside line. TCC keeps it on the inside, and they both run wide there. Identical line through there. It's not the right line, but identical line, nevertheless. But held it well, both of them. So we've got 5th place. Paul, who's just pulling away from them two while they're battling. In front of them is Prime, who's caught on the back of Molson now. So Prime. So Molson, again, has he had an issue? Has he got an issue? Has he had a penalty or something? Who knows? But Prime has certainly got on the back of him pretty quick as well. He's dropped right back as Molson, considering he was up with battling up with Chan and Thomas early doors. So not too sure what the issue is there with Molson as he runs wide a bit, does Prime. No biggie though. 10 minutes into this race. All action. That's what we like to see. Just remember, if you like watching my videos, like watching this Ultimate Racing League and these championships, then don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Be putting as many of the races, well, I'll be commentating on all of the races in fact, but be as many as I can on there, and I'll be uploading them as soon as I can, as quickly as I can, for your enjoyment. So please stay with me. So battle rages on. Prime, I'm sticking with it because it looks like he fancies it. It looks like he fancies 3rd place, does Prime. I think Paul's just darted into the pit, so Paul is in the pit, so it's Paul and Jerry have gone in for they've had their 10 minutes on the mediums. Remember, they've got to run 10 minutes at least on the medium tyre. So they've just gone past the 10-minute mark, and it's time for them to change. Stealth's coming as well, so 3 in the pits now, changing on to presumably the super softs. So then Molson 3rd, and up top is, or Chan in 2nd I should say, Thomas though. There's the gap, absolutely pulling away is Thomas. Look at the gap there. Stealth comes out in front of Thomas. But Thomas, no mercy here in race 2. He really does fancy it. So Stealth will let him go by it. He'll be getting the blue flags, there we are. Stealth would have seen that. There he goes out wide, pulls out wide, lets Thomas go through. So Stealth in 8th, so Chan 2nd, and Prime did get past Molson, so Prime up into 3rd position now. So good racing by Prime. So Molson now down to 4th, TCC up to 5th, with Jerry 6th. Paul in 7th. Remember, they've come into the pits now, so they can pretty much go to the end. They would probably put in a little bit of fuel too, so it's good to go to the end now. Stealth in 8th. This is the closest battle on track at the moment. Molson still trying his best to cling on to the back of Prime Machine. I think Molson seems to be quick in some sections and then slow in others, and so he sort of gains the time and then loses it in other places. So, which is often the way, of course, on tracks, and sort of seesawing from from each sector. But anyway, Prime runs a bit wide there. It's going to give Molson an opportunity. Not quite close enough. So Chan in 2nd as we go back up top. Thomas is long gone. There he is. There's Thomas out in the front. Got a nice comfortable lead now. So as we come into about nearly halfway through this race, second race. He hasn't gone into the pits yet, nor has Chan, nor has Prime Machine, I don't believe. So, still got cars to pit. So it all depends on where they come out. To see where the others who have rejoin. All part of the strategy and all part of racing. All what the drivers have to think about. So Thomas then, well out in front, Chan in second. Prime Machine in third still being hounded by Molson in fourth. TCC, bit of a lonely race now, TCC on his own in fifth. And Jerry sixth, Paul in seventh behind him, there he is. Stealth in eighth. Has actually been passed by Thomas. Thomas has gone past Stealth, which we see anyway earlier on. So I think Chand is probably now the next one to go past him. He's not too far off Stealth now. There he is. Chand certainly have a better race, and I think we've actually lost Vexman now. He's gone into his garage. They had a bad evening tonight. Car wasn't at his best first race, and he's had to retire here in race 2. Which is unfortunate for him, but he'll be back. Obviously couldn't quite fix the issue they had. It happens in racing. So Prime then is actually not that far off Chan now. So Prime seems to have a lot of pace now. So let's stick with this because I want to see if Prime can actually catch, because he's certainly catching Chan in second. So Prime certainly got his eye set on the prize here in race 2. Not sure he's going to catch Thomas, but he's close to Prime to Chan now. Molson just dropping off a little bit in fourth, but he's still there too. Chan, has he got another issue then? So is his car giving up the ghost a bit, because he was well clear, but there's the gap there. Look how close now. Prime Machine. He's on a bit of a. He's like a machine here in race 2. I fancy Chand. He's got an issue. He must have, because of the way that Thomas pulled away from him, and now Prime is catching him. He must have an issue, Chand. So Chan second, Prime third, Molson fourth, who's just picked up a penalty, he's just got rid of that. So fourth for Molson, TCC in fifth still, on his own a little bit. And then Paul in sixth with Jerry right behind him in seventh. So in fact I think Paul's got past Jerry, because I think Jerry was ahead of him, so Paul's got past, got himself up into 6th place. Jerry will stick behind him, see if he can follow him through. As I say, these two have come in, they've done their stop, changed their tyres, fueled up, so they're good to go to the end. Stealth still in 8th. So Chan's in now, so that's what it was. He must have needed to come into the pit, so Chan has come in, he's being serviced, dropping down the order of course. Paul in 6th, going to go past him as well as Jerry, so Chan drops down now to 7th. Paul gets up to 5th, Jerry 6th. Chan just coming out of the pits now, behind Jerry, so he has lost a couple of spots there as Chan, courtesy of that pit stop. But I think Thomas still needs to come in. I don't think Prime Machine's coming in. I'm not sure Molson has either, so still got maybe 3 or 4 drivers at and right on cue. Molson comes in, so Molson's in. So TCC is going to get, assuming he doesn't come in, he's going to go up into 3rd place. No, he's not coming in. So TCC does go to 3rd. Molson down to 4th then. Paul's going to possibly get him as well, and Jerry. Yeah, Molson dropping down the order now, back down to 7th. Chan gets him too. So let's see what happens with Thomas. When does he come in? And Thomas is in right on cue as well. So Thomas is in. Prime Machine. Is he going to take up the lead? He is. He's not coming in this lap. So Prime Machine then. He's out front now. But I don't think he's stopped either. So Prime in first. Thomas still in the pits in second. TCC. Is he going to get second? He does. It's going to be neck and neck as he comes out the pits actually. Thomas. No, he does get him. Thomas then. So TCC. No, he doesn't. Sorry. So Thomas does come out in front of TCC. So TCC in third. Paul now in fourth. So he's making his way up the order. You can see TCC in front of him now, so he got his eyes set on him. Jerry still in fifth, Chan in sixth, Molson seventh, Stealth eighth. Prime Machine's in, so Prime is in. So let's have a look, see where Thomas goes. He's going to take the lead again, I think. It's Thomas, he does, so there we are. So Thomas back in the front, TCC in second, Paul in third now. So Paul gets himself to third place, top three now, looking good for him. Jerry fourth, Chan fifth, his Prime Machine drops down to seventh. So we've got a little battle on here, I think, for second, third and fourth. There's a second there, there's Paul in third. Thomas still out in front, where he has been for a majority of this race. Stick with this because it looks like Paul is catching TCC. He's going to get him here straight away, I think. He does. So, just like that, Paul's up in the second already, and TCC hasn't given up though. I think Jerry in the background just got a penalty too. So TCC hasn't given up. Gonna stick with Paul as I come through the fast S's, down here to the hairpin, hard on the brakes. Bit of lag. And there nicely though, Jerry still with that small penalty which he will run off before he gets to the line. So Paul now pulling away a little bit already, so Paul showing some good pace in that car, gets himself to second place. Now can he chase down Thomas? He's not that far in front, but he's got quite a healthy lead as Thomas, so I'm not sure. But what are we? We've got what, 9 minutes of this race left, so there's still time. So TCC now being hounded by Jerry. So it's Jerry's turn now to see if he can get past him. So not sure if TCC's having tyre issues, or maybe it's a bit of fuel issue. Perhaps there's fuel saving. I fancy that's probably what it is, as Jerry has a look. He does, goes past him with ease, and definitely fuel saving, I think, is TCC's. He drops down to fourth because he's almost standing still now in comparison. So I think he's got a bit of fuel issue going on there. So Jerry top third then. So good podium at the moment for Jerry if he can stay there. Paul in second still, trying his best to chase down Thomas, who still there out in front. There's Paul in the background, so it's not a massive gap, but still a fair size gap there as he crosses the line to start lap 34. It all depends now how much fuel these guys put in. Have they got enough to see them to the end? I mean, they'll have enough, but will they have to fuel save? Or can they go flat out? At the moment, it looks like Thomas is looking good. Looks like he can go flat out at the moment because still there out in first. There's Paul in second. Really gaining on him. Or maybe he is, I don't know. Not really, I don't think. Jerry just dives in, has he? Has he gone back in the pits, Jerry? So he's definitely miscalculated. So that does give TCC the opportunity to get up into the podium position. So TCC then, and Chand in the fourth, Molson fifth. So Jerry, I think he's had a bit of an error there and a miscalculation of fuel because he's back in now, so he's going to drop right down to the back of the grid here. Jerry, which he has. Stealth goes past him as well. Or does he? No, he comes out in front of Stealth, so he's dropped down to seventh. So Unfortunate for Jerry, bit of a mistake by him with the calculation of the fuel. So Paul, is he chasing, is he getting any closer to Thomas? Not really, still looks pretty stable. TCC's drived in as well, so what's happening here? I think TCC's also, perhaps that's why he was going slow, because he's dived in too, so Chand to third place then, Molson fourth, Prime to fifth. So I think he's made the same error that Jerry made, just miscalculated completely, just not got enough in the tank to finish the race. So we've got what, about 5, maybe 6 minutes of this race left. So Chan then, if he can stick in third place, it's good third place points, gets himself on the podium. Certainly better than race 1, that's for sure. So seems to have regathered and regrouped a little bit there. The car seems to be running okay now. Molson in 4th. So Prime in 5th then. After his pit stop, drops down to 5th, but still a good race from Prime, I've got to say. Looked very pacey to start with. So he's had a good race too here, Prime. Jerry in 6th, as I said. Stealth in 7th with TCC right behind him now. So TCC's come out of the pits right behind Stealth here, and does he get him? Well, he has a look. He won't get him through the fast S's there. Well, you can, but you've got to be a bit careful. But no, Stealth still in 7th then. So I'm going to get him on the brakes here unless Stealth runs wide. No, hugs that inside line nicely. So Stealth then still in 7th. TCC looking every which way to try and get past him. Does he get him past him there? What happened there? And Stealth dives in. So Stealth, is that another one? I think that is another one that's made a miscalculation. So Stealth in the pits. TCC in 7th then. Let's have a look back up top. Thomas then. Oh, bit of a squiggle from Thomas as I've come to him. And Paul is certainly closed up now. So that gap has closed. Because there it is on screen. So either Paul has really got the hammer down, or Thomas has slowed down. Is Thomas fuel saving as well? Has he got enough fuel? Seems to be the theme and the what's happening on track at the moment. But at least 3 drivers that have gone in for the second stop, which shouldn't really have to. It's just it must be just a miscalculation of how many laps and how much fuel we got left. So Paul really on the back of him now. I'm going to stick with this one just to see what happens, because it is for the lead potentially. There's a tighter line from Paul. Gets him wheels right on the curb, on the inside curb, and he's on him now. Is Paul and Thomas then. Still in first. But he's getting the pressure from Paul, big time. Got a wily campaigner who's Thomas. It's not going to be easy to get past him. Never is. He knows how to race, he knows how to defend as well as attack, and defending well at the moment. Although Paul's having to look up the inside. Again, that tight line from Paul really hugs that inside line. Does he get there? Paul looks up the inside, gets his nose there. But no, Thomas sticks it out there on the outside. I think he's still got him. He's going to be on the inside now, Thomas. So, no, still there. What a battle this is. Great little battle for the lead. As we come into the last few minutes of the race, Paul just dives out onto the inside. Does he get there? I think he might do, Paul. He does. So gets him on the hairpin with a couple of minutes left. So Paul then takes up the lead. Thomas won't give up, of course, but there's that inside line again. Thomas having a bit of it too. Let the car just drift out up onto the strips and come across. Open up the next left hand and the S's. Just like that, let it run onto the strip there. Then hard on the brakes. Feed itself round. Throttle it out and straight through the chicane. Almost straight lining it there. So Paul, is he on for a victory for race 2 as well? Could well be, as we into the last minute and a half now. So good racing by Paul, get himself on the back of the grid to get himself to first. I think, oh, and Thomas runs wide again, and oh, is he gonna hold it? He does hold it. Did well there actually, because he was like, oh, he does get a penalty, and that's a bit unfortunate really. He shouldn't really be getting a penalty there. It's not, didn't gain anything there, did he? So, but that's what the game thought. Gets rid of it, and that pretty much, I think, will do it for Paul. Now that Thomas has had to take that, it's gap now has increased obviously, and that could be victory number 2 for Paul here. I'm going to stick with him as this will be the final lap. So if he gets round here all clean, he's on for his victory number 2 tonight here at Kyoto Driving Park. And it is the final lap. So congratulations to Paul. First for him, Thomas second. Good race from Thomas really. Did his best to try and get him there at the end, and didn't quite do it. Ice comes in third, good third place points for Ice. And then Prime in fourth. Good racing from Prime in race 2 here tonight. TCC will have 5th place, followed closely by Jerry. So 5th for TCC. Jerry 6th, who's slowed right down. I think he's run out of fuel actually. Molson 7th and Stealth 8th. So Jerry is to stick with him as he rolls over the line. There's your race 2, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. I said don't forget to bomb that like button if you like all this content, and keep with me, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching.